Today I'm going to show you how to repair the fingerprints and home button. As you can see here, the home button is totally unresponsive. Nothing is happening. So the owner put the home button on screen basically. If I go to settings and then you go to touch ID and passcode and make an attempt to turn on the fingerprint, it has failed. Therefore, is something wrong, not necessarily with the fingerprints. It could well be something else. That's what we are going to try and find out. I had this bundle from the same phone shop with various other problems, but we are going to stick to the fingerprint today. So please subscribe, and then I will show you more in due course. So let's switch the phone off. And we open it up. I always use a blade, but it's a blunt blade that doesn't cut. You don't want to cut your fingers. Some people use suction cups. I don't, because it can take the screen apart quite honestly. So I lift it up from underneath, just a little bit, enough to be able to get my spudger in. Simple as that. Once you open it up a little bit, here's your spudger. Run it all along and all the way around. Very careful, don't pull anything, and the phone opens up. Now, the next thing is we've got to remove the screen. Make sure your first port of call is the battery. So as soon as you take the shield off, disconnect the battery, because things are happening even when the telephone is switched off. Now remove the camera here, the ribbon. And the screen will be off in just a sec. Now we remove the fingerprint, the home button basically, of this screen we've got in front of us. You've got to be extremely gentle not to put any undue pressure anywhere. Remove the shield. Don't pull on the connector. Make sure it's nice and firm. So I put the spudger behind there and I lift up with my nail and it's off. There it is. Now the home button is glued on, so be very, very gentle. You see, it's very, very hard to move. So what I will do, I will use my spudger and work it out from underneath. There it comes, and the home button is off. So some people think that when something goes wrong with the home button, that is the home button. I don't always believe in that. So I've got various ways and methods of testing. In this particular case, I'm going to test another screen. I've got a screen I use as a tester because you've got the lead, the connector there, which runs through the screen and onto the motherboard. Now, if something is going wrong in there, despite the fact that the screen looks perfect, it looks new actually, and it functions okay, it doesn't necessarily mean that something related to the home button hasn't gone wrong. So I'm going to try a test the screen. Remember that these screens, if you have a tester one, you can use it on the iPhone 8 as well, not just the 7. So the same applies to the iPhone 7 Plus and 8 Plus. You can use the same screen for testing purposes. This screen is okay, but it's cracked. Therefore, I got it as a testing screen. Now, let's find the tester for the iPhone 7, which is this one. I'm going to put my fingerprint on this one, my home button on this one, and see what happens. Make sure it's lined up okay. Yeah. Put your shield back on. Always leave the one that goes in the center of the button last and just nip it on. Don't over tighten that one, otherwise it can pull the button apart. So here we go, all up and running, connected to the motherboard. Connect the battery and fire it up. Now, as I said, okay, I will need to get a wide screen if that's what the problem is, because I haven't got any. Plus I've got another 10 to do, or 12, with various other problems which I will be showing to you in due course. So, button working, fingerprint, turn it on, touch ID, job done. So the problem in this particular case was in the screen. Although the screen looks good, works okay, and everything else, the problem was indeed in the screen. So now you know your first port of call, if you like. If it was in the screen, I will show you how to change the button by transferring the data onto the computer and then putting the data onto the new home button, thus saving your fingerprint and also saving your touch. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I will put quite a few more videos up as and when I repair these telephones here. Thank you.